Namaste, and welcome to Mindfulness Moment. My name is Evalena, and it's just such an honor and a privilege to come together to share a moment, to share, if you will, a mindfulness moment. And that's this practice that we come to just to feel and come back home, if you will. If we come back home for a moment into our body and into our breath. So go ahead and sit yourself up. I happen to be on the ground today, but feel free. You can always be in a chair if that's a more comfortable seat for you. And start to just find your center by grounding yourself down and moving yourself right out and up. Into that seat or out of that seat. So you can kind of swirl and twirl around here, moving in one direction, moving in the other direction. If you're seated in a chair, your feet are rooted down onto the ground, but you keep moving. See, so you can start to feel the energy flowing up the spine from the base, the tailbone, all the way up into the middle of your back, through the back of your head and your neck, and just feel the energy. Deep breathing as you move here. It's a wonderful way to come into your body, to come into your breath. Nice full breaths. Change directions if you haven't already done so. And let the head go. You don't have to instruct the movement of the head here at all. So maybe the gaze is very stationary and forward. Maybe your head is going along with the movement of the body. So again, don't try to instruct, just notice what's happening for yourself. And breathe in and breathe out. You can start to slow the movement down now. Slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. Come to center. Use a deep breath and float the arms all the way up to the ceiling. So you reach and you reach and you reach and stay here for a moment and draw your shoulders way up to your ears. Engage through your belly. Your lower belly is nice and strong. Turn your palms forward and we'll take a gentle forward bend here. So if you're on the ground, you're going to go out and up and over your legs. If you're in a chair, same thing, just kind of melt into a forward bend here. Let your head hang heavy. This is not our deepest forward bend. We're just beginning. So relax the back of the head and the neck. Good afternoon for all who are joining. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Feel the energy here. And notice the base of the pelvis. Notice your seat as you're here. Feel that tailbone. Where is it situated? Where is it located? Can you feel as though it's rooted down in the center, or is there a slight tilt underneath? Or maybe you feel that tailbone trying to poke up a bit. Just observe. There's no right or wrong, just an observation. Go ahead and draw your hands back. Lift yourself. The arms lift all the way up. A deep breath here. Nice and full. And then go ahead and float the arms down alongside your hips. If you're on the ground, your fingertips are on the ground itself. If you're in a chair, you just grab the outer, the seat of your chair, drop the soles of the feet down onto the ground and drop your hands back behind you. So as I'm putting my hands back behind me here on the ground, I'm turning my fingers to face my hips. If you're grabbing the seat of the chair, that's fine. Your fingers will be wrapped around the edge of the chair, your thumb and the inside. And let's stay here. The feet are rooted down and start to move a little bbit into a breath practice. Inhale, lift your chin. That's an inhale through your nose. And then exhale, empty the breath through your mouth. So this is called the breath of joy. Inhale, up, up, up. Again, feel your space, feel your foundation, feel what's happening in the pelvis as you move here with your breath. Inhaling, the pelvis is not lifting off of the seat or off of the ground, but just feel the energy as the chest lifts, as the chest drops. Just feel the connection between the upper spine, between the shoulder blades, and that lower back on each one of these beautiful breaths. Just feel this moment. Inhaling, exhaling. A few more like this. Inhaling up, up, up through the nose. Exhale and empty, empty, empty through the mouth. Let's do one more just like that. Inhale all the way up, lift, lift, lift. Big openness in the front of your throat. Exhale, empty, 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 empty. If you're in a chair, your feet are just rooted on the ground. You might bring them forward a little bit further. If you're on the ground, do bring your feet forward. Reach your heels into the earth. Float the arms up. And then let's take a forward bend here. I'm reaching out and over the legs. You can grab the outer edges of your feet or your ankles or your shins and come into this forward bend. Again, pay attention. The lower back, the sacral area, that space right there at the lower back, just above the tailbone. You feel that energy. As I'm here, I can try to straighten my legs a bit. For me, that feels good and comfortable. Notice again what's happening in the lower back. If the lower back starts to roll back, just back out of that for a moment. Just back out. Go slow. Go slow. Feel the stretch. Feel the openness. In through your nose and right back out through your nose. The breath being an amazing tool for us to come to the moment, right? It's always such a great anchor. This moment, this breath. Good. Use your breath and then gently rise back up. Shrug your shoulders. You can roll the head and neck around a bit. Let's transition now. We're going to go onto our hands and knees. I happen to be working on carpet, so this feels pretty good for me today. If you want to put something under your knees, absolutely. Again, you can do this pose, these particular shapes that we're coming to, cat and cow pose. You can do them standing also. So if you're standing, your feet are underneath your hips, your hands on top of your thighs. And again, being very aware. Today we're working with the lower back, the pelvis, so that sacral area. As you go forward, that tail really lifts to the sky. As you round, that tailbone dropping down. And play like that. Use the fullness of your breath, inhaling forward, exhaling, round, round, round. Feel the energy. Breathing in and breathing out. Think lower back, right? Think the lower back. Think the tailbone area. Think all of those muscles. Really experience the muscles in the hip area, right? The glutes, those big strong muscles there at the back. You feel the muscles in the pelvic floor. Feel the breath here. And breathing in and breathing out. Sometimes it's really interesting to focus on a particular part of the body. As I'm doing that, I really start to feel that. Right now, I'm kind of sensing the muscles on either side of that sacral area, that triangle at the base of the spine. Notice what you sense here. I'm kind of circling around now. You get kind of creative in these movements. Inhaling, exhaling, give yourself exactly what it is that you need from this moment. As I'm moving, I'm also tucking my toes way under, so I get a good stretch through the back of the feet as I pull back and open yourself up. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. If you're standing, you might want to come up and put your hands on the back of the chair. If you're down on the ground with me, lengthen your left leg back and keep your toes down. So extend your left leg back, the toes are down, and then just push forward and back a bit, push forward and back. And be aware of what's happening here in the hips. If you're standing, your hands can be on the seat of the chair, or the top of the chair, and you can extend that leg back and do the same thing. Just push forward and back and push forward and back. Nice full breath. Go ahead and lift that left leg off of the ground, nice and strong and straight. Look forward. So you feel the energy again through the lower back, through the pelvis. Bend your knee here, and we're going to just lift and lift the thigh, right? Lift the thigh. Again, you can be doing this standing. Lift the thigh and lift and lift. So you're getting into the muscles of the lower back. You're getting into the muscles of the glutes, right? Feel those strong hip flexors there. Breathing in, breathing out. A few more just like that. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. And then gently drop that knee back down and do some more rounds of cat and cow. Here now I'm noticing the difference. The sides feel a little bit different. The left side feels a bit more spacious than the right side. What is it that you feel in this moment? Good. Let's try the other side. So now it'll be the right leg extending back. The toes stay down and you push forward and back. Lots of breath flow. Good stretch, right? This is particularly good. I mean, as a culture, we spend a lot of time in a seat, right? One way or another. And this is a really good to stretch out that lower back area, the legs and the hips. Go ahead and lift that right leg up, bend the knee. and then lift and lift. That right leg is lifted up. Lift. Again, you're going to feel the glutes. You feel the quads, the muscles of the legs. I also feel it very profoundly in the muscles of the back. Feel that breath moving, 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 breathing. One more. Good. Drop the knees back down underneath you or your feet if you're standing. And then let's take a nice rest here. So I'm pulling my hips back, widening the legs here to rest in a child's pose. So if you don't like to be on the ground, you can just sit back down and take a very gentle forward bend. Maybe separate your legs in your chair and just relax here for a moment. Take some deep breaths. I have my hands stacked one on top of the other to support the head and the neck, and allow yourself to come here. Use the tool of your breath to explore the body. Right, again, I feel sensation in the back muscles. I feel like we did a little bit of work there, and letting the breath now oxygenate and restore that area, repair, if you will. This particular shape, this child's pose posture, is a good place to do what we call rest and repair. Sometimes that's all we need, is to take time to open the body in a particular way and just take a moment to give your body a rest and breath. Inhaling and exhaling. In and out. Awareness here, right? Awareness, mindfulness. Take one more breath here, inhaling and empty. Good. On the ground, you're going to crawl your hands forward. If you're in a chair, you're going to stand yourself back up. Right? Reach, reach, reach. Reach your arms way forward or up over your head in a big V position. Go ahead and come up onto your knees. You can bring your knees underneath you. Go ahead and tuck your toes. And we're going to come to a standing forward bend. So if you were the standing group, your arms are all the way up, and then simply lower yourself down. You're floating forward into a forward bend. Let the feet be a little bit wider than your hips, so slightly wider, right? So they land, or they align here with your outer hips, not your inner hips, and release yourself down into this forward bend. Bend your knees quite deeply. Let the head drop completely. You can even put your hands gently on the top of the head and kind of steer your head around. See if you can really use the instruction, the gentle guidance of the hands to move the head very softly from side to side. Maybe you give yourself a little love there, just some gentle squeeze of the head. Deep breathing, inhaling, exhaling. Press down into the ground, and slow journey, you're going to come all the way up. So go slow, right? Stacking one vertebrae on top of the other. Pay particular attention to that lower back area. Shrug your shoulders up to your ears and down and away. Nice full breath here. Go ahead and bring your hands to your heart center. Take a look at your feet foundationally, right? You feel that breath, that energy. Use your breath, float the arms all the way up to the sky, lean back. Exhale, flow forward, long spine as you come down. Inhale, come up halfway. So again, as I come up, I still keep my knees bent. So because we're working specifically today, that lower back area. So I'm going to have a lot of space there. Exhale, release it right back down. Use your breath and rise back up, arms out to the side. Keep your palms pressing together, and then go up and over to the left side. You get a nice stretch here through side body. Come back to the center, go over to the other side. Nice full breath. Inhale, come back to the center, arms open nice and wide, and then exhale again, a forward bend. Down you go, long, beautiful spine. Inhale, come up halfway, and exhale and release and let it all go. Use your breath and inhale, rise back up, nice and full with your breath. Bring your hands to touch. Look at your hands for a moment. Press your hands together in a prayer. And bring that prayer right here through the midline, over your nose, your mouth, and here to your heart. Close your eyes for a moment. Feel the fullness of your breath moving up and down your spine, right? Really oxygenating you, opening you up. We'll take a nice wide-legged pose today. So I'm going to turn towards the left side, right? Towards the left side and open my legs nice and wide. So again, be really safe wherever you are. I'm not working on a yoga mat today. So using my breath, my feet are nice and wide here. Using your breath, I'm in a class. So hands here onto your hips, bend your knees and go long and strong through the spine, long and strong.
12:30, okay.
Take a forward bend. Use your breath. Mom, I'm in a class. Excuse me. Inhaling and exhaling. Deep breath in and out. Feel the back of your body opening. Your hips are nice and wide. Feel that lower back. You can gently go side to side here, side to side, one side to the other side. Opening up the inner thigh area. And again, that lower back is nice and wide. Deep breathing in and out. Take a twist here. So your left hand is underneath your nose. Float your right arm right out to the side and up to the sky. So now you have this opportunity to lengthen through the spine. And I'm going to try to straighten my legs a bit. Again, trying to keep that lower back area, that tailbone pointed straight back, right? So if I have a little rounding in my back, I want to try to bend the knees to protect that area. As you exhale, go ahead and unwind, hands down, take a deep breath in, empty it all out. Right hand is down, left arm floats straight up into the sky. You take a deep and clear breath in, inhaling and exhaling, inhaling and exhaling. Nice full breath and exhale, release, let your head and neck drop. Nice. Deep breath. Go ahead and heel toe your feet in. You can stay in this forward bend and bring your hands gently up on top of your thighs. So I'm just going to turn towards you. You can stay in whatever position you are. Hands are on the inside of your thighs. Your thumbs are on the inside. And let's do a little bit of standing cat and cow. I bend pretty deeply. You can go as deep as your breath takes you into a squat. This can feel kind of good too for the legs, for the hips. Stack your arms now on top of your thighs so that you have this great support in the upper chest and your belly. And just start to breathe in and out through your nose, in and out through your nose. You can go as fast or as slow as your breath takes you. This is a wonderful way to oxygenate the body. Take a deep breath in. Empty it out through your mouth. Let it go. Go ahead and drop your chin and your chest. Use your breath. Press down into the ground and then gently, gently straighten your legs. Come up. Shrug your shoulders. And then go ahead and heel toe your feet in. Heel toe your feet in. Stand tall for a moment. Your hands are turned towards the front. Your arms alongside your body. And just for a moment, notice. You can let your eyes soften. Feel the energy flow in the body. Good. You can shake out your arms a bit. Shake out your legs. Nice deep breath in the body. Good. And then let's come back down. We're going to come back into our seat. Again, it could be a chair if you'd like to sit in the chair today. Otherwise, you can come back down on the ground. I always like to have a pillow to support me here, to just again to kind of keep the pelvis neutral, right? That's what we kind of been theming and playing with today in a mindful way. There's often parts of the body, sometimes we sense a little bit of tension, especially if we're working all day, looking at our computers or working with this forward concentration. You start to feel a little tension perhaps in the head and the neck, but it also, that tension translates right down into the base of the spine. So hip work is always appreciated and nice. So extend that left leg forward, keep your right leg. You can bend that right leg into the left thigh. Sit nice and tall, keep a nice openness in your chest, lift your arms to the sky, and then turn and twist to the right. Or I'm sorry, to the left side. Flex that left foot. Take a deep breath in. And then as you exhale, you're going to turn the right hand out so that the thumb faces down. And then you can reach and grab the outer edge of your foot or your ankle and then head to knee and release and breathe deeply. Inhaling, exhaling. Full breath in and full breath out. Inhaling and exhaling. Good. Use your breath. Use your breath. Press down into the ground and then gently rise back up. Float your arms to the sky, a nice deep breath. And then exhale, your arms come down along the side, your body. Pause here for a moment. Tense your fingers there. And then go ahead and lift your chin, lift your gaze, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and exhale and drop your chin to your chest. Good. Let's try the other side. So go ahead and extend that right leg out. The left leg comes in. Now this side might feel a little different. And if you ever need any padding or anything underneath your knees, feel free to take that. Here I have a pillow. This side is a little bit tighter for me. Sticking something underneath your knee can feel supportive there. So right leg is nice and straight. Float the arms up. Go ahead and turn towards that extended leg. Take a deep breath and then exhale, flow forward. Left hand turns so that the thumb faces down. And then reach the side I don't get to the outer edge of my foot. So I have my ankle, head and neck. Just relax the head and neck towards your knee and find your full breath. And then again, pay attention what's happening here in that lower back area. Right? You feel that openness, deep breathing in and deep breathing out. Nice, full breath. Use your breath and then gently rise back up. Shrug your shoulders. Good. Extend your legs. You can give them a little shake, 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 and find your way to a seat of meditation. So there's lots of places that we can do this, or lots of seats that we can take, right? Again, it can be a chair. You can sit with crossed legs on a pillow or a cushion. That's also a nice meditation seat. And today I'm going to suggest this one. You might want to try this for a moment or two. We did a little work in that lower back area. This is called a hero's pose. So I'm going to just sitting on my shins. My feet are tucked under. This can be intense if this isn't something you're used to. I'm also going to take a pillow and kind of stack it right between my hips and my legs. And this can also be a seat that you can come to find a little bit of stillness, a little bit of mindfulness. So this is the seat that I'm going to take today. So go ahead and prepare your seat well. You take a moment and bring your hands onto the thighs. Pay attention to the arrangement of the pelvis. You don't want to be sinking back. You don't want to be pushing forward. You want to find a place that the foundation is here, very, very steady and present. And from that place, that beautiful breath kind of goes right up your spine. The chin will drop ever so subtly in this posture. Today, I'm just going to rest my hands down on the thighs and relax the shoulders. And just allow yourself this moment of mindfulness now as we slow things down, as we begin to still the body. That your awareness and focus comes solely and completely to this moment and all that is here, right? You might feel sensations in the physical body, your hips or your legs, maybe that lower back area. And just awareness of breath as it flows in and as it flows out. Awareness of all that is happening here and now in this moment. The presence of your body, the presence of your breath. You might hear or smell or taste something that is in your space around you. And without attaching or identifying, just become aware of this moment. And come back to your breath, come back to your body. Go ahead and watch the mind stuff. Did it wander away from this moment? Again, what you taste and what you smell, the experience of the body, the experience of your breath in this moment. This is the anchor. This is the foundation for mindfulness. Awareness of your body, awareness of this moment, just as it is. Awareness of the fullness of your breath. Now start to deepen that breath. You bring that energy into your body. And as you do that, lift your chin. That's an in breath. And as you exhale, go ahead and drop your chin to your chest and release your breath through your mouth. So ending our practice today, this mindfulness moment, inhale through the nose, up, up, up you go. Exhale, empty the chin to the chest as you empty the breath through the mouth. All the way to the bottom. One more time, inhaling the breath of joy. And that joy is had. Exhale, exhale, exhale. It's simply the peace within the moment. One more time, inhaling all the way up. Emptying completely. Keep your chin down, bring your hands in front of your heart center and take a moment to be grateful for your beautiful breath and for the strength and energy of your beautiful body. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, go ahead and send that gratitude out into the world. We do this practice for the benefit of all beings. Keep pressing your hands together and reach your arms all the way to the sky. You get nice and tall and light filled. As you exhale, be intentional, your hands pressing together right through the midline, over the nose, the mouth, landing very clearly, softly, strongly here at your heart center. Another breath in and empty. Namaste to you all.